How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay.
I don't like rowdy shit. If I get impatient out the box, I'm also Roddy Rich. I don't want your dick, I never did. I'm truly celibate, but half these niggas only playing straight cause bitches buying it.
Alright, y'all, so before I say anything, I know y'all just saw my intro video. The music behind that video is Cord, one of my homegirls. She's really fucking good at music. She just dropped her first single. It's called BabyBoy. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, and she has a lot more coming. I promise you, a lot more fire things coming. So please go check her out. The link will be in the description below. Go run it up. Her Instagram's down there as well. YouTube, what's good? It's King Case back with another video, and this is a video that a lot of you guys want to see, and I'm actually very excited to share this video with you. But at the same time, I'm pretty fucking nervous. This is gonna get really personal, really deep. It might get a little graphic at times, so if you don't like blood, there's gonna be no pictures, but if you do not like blood or hearing about it, this video is not for you. So if y'all don't know what this video is, by me saying what I just said, this is going to be my surgery video. I had surgery about, I wanna say, a month and a week ago, something like that. And the reason why I've kept it so quiet and I haven't really shared anything specific yet is because I wanted to make sure that I get everything down, get all the pieces together, and make sure that, you know, I had everything so I could just throw it all on the table for you guys. I'm not that type of creator where I'm gonna sit here and make multiple videos, part 1, part 2. I just wanna give the whole story to y'all. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. So if you do not already, go follow me on my social medias. They will all be in the description down below. And make sure you turn on my post notifications so you know when I upload. Also, I'm going to say it now and I'm going to say it at the end of my video. If you have any types of video ideas you guys want to see in the future, please let me know. But I do YouTube for y'all. I don't do it for myself. So if there's some type of certain video that you guys want to see, let me know. Maybe if you guys want a Q&A about my surgery, let me know in the comments, or let me know on my social media, DM me, something like that. I want to know what you guys want me to post. I want to know what you guys want to see. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and if I get emotional or if I get, you know, a little worked up, please bear with me because part of this experience was very traumatic for me. I'm really fucking excited for this, and I cannot wait to share this with you because I know that this is a surgery that, you know, not all trans people want, but I know that there could be trans people out here that do want this surgery, and I want to be able to educate y'all. I want to be able to let you know what you have to prepare for. I love y'all and thank you for supporting me, and I hope you guys love this fucking video. So the surgery that I got was a laparoscopic hysterectomy. Before I really like explain, you know, my surgery experience, basically a laparoscopic hysterectomy is where they go in through, I'm going to show you. So there's two types of hysterectomies from my knowledge. One of them is kind of like an older type hysterectomy where this was done a while ago type shit. Now there's like a new way. So the first way that they had was they basically cut you open right here. So you have a very big incision, and they literally take out, you know, all of the stuff inside you, the uterus, the ovaries, the fallopian tube, and I think there's one more thing, but I forgot. Y'all get the point. So they basically just cut you open and just take it all out. So instead of doing that, which is a little bit, you know, aggressive, it's very harsh. So instead of doing that, they have this new thing, and it's called a laparoscopic hysterectomy. Basically, a laparoscopic is where they go in, hopefully you guys can see this. They go in through here, very tiny, okay? Then they go in through here, and then they go in through your belly button. So they go in through all of those with, I'm pretty sure, like obviously a tool or something. And I'm pretty sure they use a camera. Correct me if I'm wrong. Whoever's watching this, if y'all know what I'm talking about, correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure they go in with a camera as well to know what they're cutting and taking out and stuff. Now this is gonna get a little TMI. I'm sorry if I'm triggering you guys. I kind of have dysphoria even thinking about it, so bear with me. So they basically clip everything out, obviously, and instead of taking it out of your stomach, they pull it out through your area down there. I know it sounds a little weird. I know it sounds very, very nasty, but it's an easier process than cutting your stomach open, and it's also a faster recovery time as well. It's a little harsh, not as harsh as the other surgery. So I'm kind of gonna skip like me going in it's not really that important. So I'm gonna just kind of start with when I was going to the operating room. My surgery was at, I think, 11:45. I ended up going in at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. They obviously gave me anesthesia. They gave me pain medicine, so when I wake up, I'm in not much pain. So the surgery was about maybe like 3 hours long. My girlfriend was there the whole entire time. Big shout out to you, baby. I love you so much, and I really don't even know what I would do without you. I really don't. So I was in there for about 3 hours, and I ended up coming out. I was completely drugged up. I'm pretty sure I ate a popsicle or something. I ate a popsicle or an icy. I don't really remember what they gave me. They gave me something good. Just don't remember what. I was really drugged up. I was in a lot of pain, not gonna lie. And personally, in my opinion, it was a lot worse than top surgery. I don't know if it's because I really don't like stomach pain. Stomach pain is literally the worst thing that I could possibly ever have. Like, I can't do it. Like, I hate it. I ended up staying the night at the hospital. I was in a lot of pain. One of the worst parts was probably using the bathroom. Now, using the bathroom, it depends on who you are, your body, whatever. But for me, it took me about 2 hours to use the bathroom. And the reason why it takes, you know, a little while to use the bathroom and it's kind of hard to use the bathroom is because it's, you know, they're down there, like they're in your junk, you know what I'm saying? And it's very irritated. It's very just uncomfortable down there. So it takes a little while for, you know, your system to start working again. So that was probably one of the hardest things that I went through after the surgery in the hospital. Obviously, I went to the bathroom. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It just took a really long time, and it was very frustrating. My girlfriend, fun fact, she was with me all night. I'm saying it again, but I do not know what I would do without her. And I hate to go off track, but I just want to thank her from the bottom of my heart. I've said it a million times, my love, but I love you, and I do not know how I would have gotten through it without you, and I truly mean that. I know that I could have, but you just being there, it just made everything so much better. And I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry on camera. Don't do it. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love you, baby. You're fucking awesome. You are the best person that I have in my entire life, and I love you. I woke up the next morning, and I honestly didn't sleep, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I ended up waking up the next morning, and I saw the surgeon assistant because the surgeon could not make it that day. So I saw the surgeon assistant. She took off the bandages on my incisions. I had little tape over them, and basically you're allowed to shower and stuff like that, but you keep those little tape things on them until they fall off by themselves. And once they fall off, you'll notice that the scars are kind of like, they're like little scabs. So they fall off when it's basically healed. I think those bandages fell off maybe 2 weeks in my recovery. Yeah, I did that. I saw the surgeon's assistant. We talked about it. We talked about aftercare. We talked about showering and stuff like that. And then I ended up going home about, I think, 11:30 in the morning. Kind of gonna skip because there's not really a lot much for me to talk about other than I was in a lot of pain for about 2 weeks. It was really bad, not gonna lie. Now this is probably going to get a little deep, a little graphic. So if you do not like blood, you do not like hearing about it, please skip because it's gonna be a little graphic. I woke up one morning and my girl was at work and she called me and she was like, "Hey, you wanna go get something to eat?" So I was like, "Yeah, let's go get something to eat." So I went to the bathroom and I noticed that I was bleeding like very, very bad. Now it is normal to bleed after a hysterectomy. A lot of the times it's spotting. Sometimes it's a little more than spotting. I'm sorry to say this. It's gonna get a little dysphoric, but you should not be going through multiple pads in less than an hour. If you go through a pad in an hour, that's not good. It's not normal, and you should call your surgeon if that happens to you. So I talked to one of my boys, and he told me that what I was experiencing was a little weird. And what I was experiencing was when I used the bathroom, I was bleeding very, very heavy. Like all it was blood. Could not see any urine type shit. It was very, very scary, very weird for me. I ended up clotting. Now, clotting is normal to a certain extent when you get a hysterectomy. I ended up having a clot maybe the size of like this. So I ended up calling my surgeon and letting her know, and she was like, hey, like, it doesn't sound crazy serious, but I think that you should go to the hospital just in case. So that's what I did. And now keep in mind, I'm in New York, so I got my surgery in Connecticut, but the closest hospital that I was near was in New York, because that's where my girlfriend lives. This is where she's been taking care of me. So I ended up going to the hospital. They ended up looking at me, telling me that they rather me go to Connecticut, even though I told them that I'm literally bleeding out. Now keep in mind, by the time I got to the hospital, I had several blood clots, very big. I know it's gonna sound weird and scary, but maybe about this big. And they were getting bigger every single time I used the bathroom. And that is not good. Clots form because they need to stop the bleeding. That's why you have clots, because your body is trying to stop the bleeding. And also, I was also bleeding. Keep in mind, I was also bleeding very, very bad. I was going through, I think by the time I got to the hospital, I went through 2 pads already within an hour. So I told them, I was like, listen, like, this is an emergency. My surgeon told me to come here. I know that I had my surgery in Connecticut, but this is an emergency. I'm literally bleeding. And he was like, well, I can't really do anything for you. If you end up staying, it's going to take a long time. And he gave me a lot of attitude. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if he was transphobic. I'm not going to make assumptions or whatever, but it was very weird. He was very rude to me. And he legit looked at me in my face and goes, well, I can't really help you. If you want to stay, you can. It's going to take a long time for me to get you in. Even though I'm literally bleeding out. Like, I'm at this point, I'm literally bleeding out. You could even ask my girlfriend. It was insane. Very, very, very bad. So we ended up taking an hour drive to Connecticut. Turned into 2.5 hours because of traffic, detours, all of that. So in that span, my bladder is also filling up very, very, like a lot. Like it was very weird. I had a lot of fucking pain. I was bleeding everywhere. I was bleeding through my clothes. I was sitting on a pillow because of the pain and the bumpiness in the car ride. I bled through the pillow. It was so fucking traumatizing. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. So I apologize if this video is a little hectic, a little crazy. It's just like, I don't really know how to explain it, because all of it was so crazy to the point where I can't even like put all the pieces in order, if that makes sense, because of how like it fucks my mind up, bro. Like, it fucks me up so bad. But I ended up getting to the hospital maybe about 2.5 hours, and usually the car ride is about maybe like an hour, 30 minutes. So I ended up getting there, called my surgeon before I got there, and I was like, hey, like, I'm coming to Connecticut because the doctor in New York told me he really couldn't see me, and like, it's actually getting really bad to the point where like I need to be seen ASAP. So they let the ER know. The second I went in, I needed to use the bathroom. This is where it got really, really bad. So I ended up using the bathroom before I even checked myself in. And I was in the bathroom, and like the biggest blood clot literally came out of me. Like, something that I've never experienced before, something my girlfriend as a woman has never even experienced before. It was literally like the size of a softball, bro. And as a trans man, personally, for me, I'm not going to speak for all trans men, but as a trans man, being me, it was so weird. The feeling of it coming out, the size of it, the amount of blood that was coming out of me as well was fucking horrible. And so they ended up giving me like, new boxers and stuff like that. And they just gave me a bunch of new stuff. Ended up taking me back. I didn't even check myself in. Like, you know how when you go to the hospital and you have to like sit in one of those things and you check yourself in, you get your vitals done? They didn't even do that. They brought me into this room that looked like an operating room. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is about to happen right now? I didn't even get to say bye to my girlfriend. Now, going through my head, I'm a very big overthinker. I worry a lot. So I was like, yo, like, what if I'm going to die and I'm getting surgery again and I didn't even get to say bye to my girlfriend? That's what was going through my head. Little did I know I was overthinking. And they basically just put me in this room that looked like an operating room. And it was basically like an operating room just in case they needed to do surgery on me ASAP. They did my vitals. They did my blood work. They put an IV in me and stuff. They did an exam, which was very weird. They tried to see where the bleeding was coming from, but they couldn't. So they ended up making me wait in that room. My girlfriend did end up coming back with me about 20 minutes later. She sat with me. I ended up going to a room about an hour later. and I saw a doctor and a bunch of nurses. They came in, they told me that they needed to do a exam. Obviously awake. I hated it. This is one of the 4 worst experiences of my life. So they did an exam basically. I'm not gonna get too much information because I don't want to freak you guys out or make you guys feel uncomfortable, but they had to, put something in me to make sure that they could see everything, and they couldn't see anything because I was bleeding so much. So they were very worried about that. So they ended up leaving the room, and that's when I got very worried because they were like, listen, we can't really see anything. We don't understand where this bleeding is coming from. So can you just give us a few minutes to talk to the team? So they ended up coming in about, I want to say 10 minutes later, and they're like, listen, so we can't really find where the bleeding is coming from. We need to put you back under, and we need to do surgery again. So I was like, all right, like, that's fine. And they were like, there is a possibility, though, that if the bleeding is not coming from down there and it's coming from your stomach, we're going to need to, like, cut you. We're going to need to cut a big-ass incision down your stomach to go in there. Or across your stomach or like that. So at this point, I'm freaking out because I'm like, bruh, like, I don't want any more scars on my body. Like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this. They ended up running a couple tests. In order for them to put me back in the OR, they had to give me a COVID test, and they also wanted to do a CAT scan on my stomach. So it took about 2 hours for all of that to come back. Everything came back negative. The COVID test came back negative. The CT scan was normal. They couldn't really see anything. So after that they ended up bringing me back into the OR. They took me back, and now keep in mind, it's like 2 a.m. type shit. Like, it's mad late at night, bro. So I'm going down this hallway. The hospital is completely just dead. Like, I don't see nobody but nurses. Like, that's it. Not even nurses. I saw maybe 1 nurse, and then the nurses that were with me. It was fucking scary. Scary as fuck. So I'm going down this like dark hallway type shit. It's not completely dark, but it's very dim, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is gonna happen right now? Like, what is gonna happen? Because this is sus, okay? So I go back there, see a bunch of nurses, a bunch of doctors. They're all like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, like, stop acting happy. Like, this is bad. So I go in, I'm giving my medicine, giving my anesthesia, I'm knocked out. Now, this is the part where I explain to you what was wrong with me. So it was a minor complication. It was something that they could easily fix. But the outcome of the minor complication that I had was fucking horrible. Do not recommend it. And if this happens to you, I am sorry, but I'm going to let you know what to do if it does happen. So, the surgeon basically told me that the stitches on the lining of the inside of me was a little messed up. The stitching had an opening, so that's where the bleeding and all of that stuff was coming from. Obviously, the clots were coming from my body, just trying to stop all the bleeding. So they ended up going in, they stitched me back up. I think they added 2 stitches, and then they added this peanut butter paste stuff. It's not peanut butter. You're probably like, Kason, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about, bro? It's like peanut butter, and it looks like peanut butter. But basically just seals it. It keeps the stitches together. It keeps everything together, and it absorbs in your body, and it closes everything shut, okay? So that's basically what they did. That's how they fixed it. It was very traumatizing for me, and it was probably one of the worst experiences that I've ever been through during surgery. And I've had many surgeries. I have top surgery, ankle surgery, 2 ankle surgeries actually, tonsils. Like, I've had surgery, and they're painful. But this is probably the worst one yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the story right there because that's basically it. After that happens and I ended up going home, I actually started feeling really, really good. I had some pain once in a while because that's normal. They did surgery again. But after maybe about a week, I started feeling really, really good. Currently, it is a month and 2 weeks or a month and a month and 2 weeks, something like that. And I'm feeling very, really good. I get pain once in a while, but it's nothing crazy. So after having that second surgery, it definitely helped me a lot. And I advise you guys, if you do get this surgery and you have any of those symptoms or any of that, please go to the doctors. Please go to the emergency room. Even if you don't think it's that serious, I need you to go. If I did not go, who knows if I'd be sitting here right now? Like, no cap. That is how bad it was. I thank God. I thank these surgeons. I thank literally everybody who helped me get through this and helped me, be better again. Because if it was not for them, I really do not know if I'd be sitting here. And I thank all of you guys for the people who have been supporting me and, patiently waiting for this video. You guys truly mean the fucking world to me. You really do. I've had some people on social media tell me that I was doing this for clout. I want y'all to know that it was never like that. Never like that at all. This is probably one of the most traumatic situations I've ever been in my life. For, I want to say, a week after that surgery, that complication, and even like now, thinking about it, it makes my body ache, and it makes my body hurt, and it makes me feel so fucking sick, because it was so dysphoric. It was so disgusting to me. It was so like triggering and traumatizing. Like, it's something that I genuinely don't wish on anybody. And I know that there's people out here that have gone through the same thing as me, but for me personally, it was the worst thing I've ever been through in my entire life. I apologize if this video was not really put together the best way. It's just very hard to talk about, and it's so traumatizing that I don't really remember everything piece by piece. In the moment, I was so like I wasn't there. Like, I know that sounds really crazy, but like, I was not there, bro. But yeah, I hope that this video educated y'all. I hope that it helped y'all. If you guys want to know specific questions, or if I did not answer anything that you guys are wondering, please comment down below, because I would really love to do a Q&A about this, because I know that I definitely did not give you guys all the information that you needed. I kind of just wanted to give you my experience, what I went through. It was mainly about my complication. That is what I wanted to share with you. The reason why I want to share that with you is because I don't want it to happen to somebody else. I don't want somebody to, you know, go through something horrible like this without any like help or knowledge. So that is the reason why I made this video. It was mainly for educational purposes only. I don't want you guys to pity me. I don't want you guys to feel bad for me. I am perfectly okay. I talked to my girlfriend about it. I talked to my therapist. And I'm definitely recovering mentally and physically very well. It's just something that I kind of need to work on and focus on and kind of figure out by myself on my own terms. So like I said again, I'm sorry if this video was crazy long, and I'm sorry that it was all over the place. It's just very, very hard to talk about this shit. It's really hard. So I appreciate y'all for being understanding. I love each and every one of you. And I want you to know that you are not alone, ever. And I know that transitioning is very fucking hard. The surgeries are hard. The hormones are hard, if that is what you prefer during your transition. If not, I hope you're living your best life and your transition is treating you amazing. But I just want y'all to know that I love you. Like, I really do. I love each and every one of you. The fact that there's thousands of people or hundreds of people, how many, I don't even care how many people it is. The fact that y'all are even wanting to watch this video or hear the surgery that I got, I don't know if it's just because y'all want to be nosy, but I know that there's a lot of you that genuinely just want to know because you want to be educated and you want to hear my story. So for the ones that want to hear my story and want to be educated, I love you guys. Like, I really fucking do. Like, I do this for you. I do this for you. I don't share my story just for myself. Like, I know my story, obviously. I share my story because I love y'all and I want you to know what it's like to transition. And I want y'all to know that it's not just you guys going through these hard moments. Everyone that is transitioning, a lot of the times they're going through the same issues. And I want you to know that you are not alone and that you can do this. And if you need guidance, if you need help, you know that my DMs are always open. Like, I say this all the time on TikTok, Instagram. I say this on here. My DMs are open. Please come to me. I will help you with whatever you need as much as I can. And if I cannot help you, I will find a way to help you. I will find somebody to help you. I will do whatever I can for y'all. And I hope that you guys know that. I love you. I'm going to end this video right here. Make sure you guys follow, like, share, and follow me on my social medias. They'll be down below. And let me know, like I said in the beginning, let me know if there's a certain type of video you guys want to see. If you guys want to see a Q&A about the hysterectomy, let me know in the comments. If you guys have any other ideas, anything, please share with me, because I do this for y'all. I don't do this for me. I love each and every one of you. You guys are fucking amazing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Your belly button?
Yeah. They took off the little things.
Do you want me to record it for you?
No, it's okay. How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay.
Keep telling me this is your year. How many months have I missed? Telling me this is your girl. Man, can she blew me a kiss?